Good evening. How's everybody? I'm feeling a little bit better today. Welcome everybody. Happy Valentine's Day. Waiting for folks to come on in. I know I seem like very serious because we've got some serious things to get into. That's right, Patricia. No man, no date, no Valentine. So here I be with y'all. Yep. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. I'm every woman. It's all in me. I can gauge your thoughts right now. Yeah. I'm fine with that. I don't got no problem with that. Okay, Royal Majesty, Ben and Jerry always being a good Valentine. All right. Monique said, I'm eating a vegetable pot pie in my robe. Let me tell you one thing about all of us who are here right now. We gonna be able to vote. I'm joking. That's gallows humor. But it's the end of the week. Francis said, I bed with my dogs. Perfect night. Look who right here with me. Hey, Jedi. What's up, mama? Hey, girl. We hanging out. Okay. How do you deal with Trump supporter family members? My mom didn't even vote, but wants to support Trump. You know, my question to these people is, what? Happy birthday, Clue Girl 41. Okay, like I actually understood people before being like, I want to support Trump because, you know, he was being dubious and not really honest about what he was about. Now here we are, and I'm like, what is he doing that you want to support? I genuinely want to know. What is he doing that you want to support? I don't know what that is. I mean, at this point, it's just silly. Because it doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's completely illogical. Right? What is Donald Trump doing as president that you're like, yeah, here. No, I can't hit that high note. Shaka and Whitney? Nah, I can't hit that. I can't hit that. Now, there's people in here that just want to be buffoons, and I'm not going to pay them any mind. Yeah, Brenda Viloria, it's like, what if you so okay, here's my rule. If you're going to be in here and you're going to make statements like he fixed the government, etc., you need to finish that with the actual action. So if you're saying he fixed the government, you need to say how. Nivea girl, that is not what tariffs do. And our country does not need more money. We are not a country that is in need of money. I don't know why you think our country needs money. That is 1000% untrue. He banned men from playing in female sports. Are you aware that there was only 1% of trans people wanting to play in high school sports? You know what he also did? He also made it so that Title IX, the part of Title IX that says that women should be paid the same amount in the NIL, that's no longer the case. So I just want to, anything that you tell me, I will be able to counter. Anything that you tell me, I'll be able to counter. Anything. If your main goal is, if you feel that trans people being involved in sports is a priority in this nation, I don't know how to counter that, because you just have, your priorities are not actually prioritized. Someone in here said Doge. He created Doge. Why does that seem to you like that is something that's improving the nation? They just shut down a number of agencies and made thousands of people unemployed. How is that helpful to the nation? So something that I think a lot of you guys don't understand is that economy is not about how much money the country has. Economy is based on how fluid the money in the country works. Okay? And so the economy is based on the fluidity of the country. Biden didn't do anything so great either. None of these people do anything so great. So let's be clear on my stance there. So Nivea, well, if I don't have any money, it ain't going to be going nowhere, and it isn't going to be flowing anywhere in this country. You're not going to have any money because the tariffs don't bring more money into your pocket. The tariffs cause you to pay more money for your products. I don't know how that's lost on y'all. So I'm going to get these trolls out of here because you're stupid. Tariffs protect jobs from foreign competition. That is 100% ignorant. Someone said, if we're paying less out to government jobs, we are saving money. If one person can do the job of 1,000, we are saving money. Who is we? So, you know when you're, okay, so like, you know when you go to like a store and the person in customer service is, no, tariffs don't work both ways. Tariffs do not bring money to the consumer. That is 1,000% false. Tariffs do not bring money to the consumer. They don't. That is not true. Some of you all have decided to believe things, and I don't know why, because I don't know what you gain from believing something that's not true about a government that doesn't care about you. I don't understand that. Like, I genuinely don't understand that thought process. So here we have this person, Nivea, who's stating very earnestly, without money in our country's pocket, we have no money going towards government-supported services, such as educational services like teachers, firefighters, police officers. Okay, so Nivea, I'm going to break this down for you. Now, I don't know if you even want to know the truth, because you may have an ego that says, I'm going to be right, no matter what Amanda Seales says. But I'm going to break it down for you anyway, because there's people in here who actually do want to know how this works. Every Congress, they decide on how the budget is going to be allocated. They decide on how taxpayer dollars are going to be allocated to the federal government, okay? This also happens on a state level. This happens on a city level. This happens on a county level. Nevaeh, I didn't say you were stupid. I said that you were wrong. So that's the point. You are wrong about what you're saying, and so I'm going to correct you so that you can sound correct when you're in other spaces. Now, this country has money in its pockets. This country just sent another $8 billion to Israel. So this country does not have a problem with money. The problem is that this country prioritizes spending its money in spaces and places that do not actually apply to the elevation of its people. So when this money, okay, so it's IDGAF. What do I gain from 55 million worth of condoms being bought by USAID? I will get to that. I will get to that. So stick around because I will get to that question. When the budget is allocated, the vast majority of the budget is allocated towards defense. Now, you may say, well, that's because America needs to be protected. But the reason why it's allocated towards defense is because America doesn't make most of its money on exports of technology, mechanical things, agriculture. It makes most of its money on weapons. So it stays in the business of war, even when you don't know about it, because that is the business that it has decided on. So when you're saying, Nevaeh, well, if we had money, then it would be allocated to the right places, you're actually right. It should be allocated to those places. It is not allocated to those places because this government, whether it's Democrat or Republican, on a federal level, really wants to keep people needing and not able to be comfortable so that they can control them. Yes, so that they can control them. So you are halfway there in saying that if we had money, it should be allocated to those things. That is correct. The problem is that it is not allocated to those things. And when you all are supporting folks that do not allocate it to those things, you continue to perpetuate the problem. Okay? Now, when you all talk about how am I going to benefit from $55 million in condoms being sent to Mozambique? So I will tell you this. In Mozambique, you got U.S. presence. The United States uses USAID, and I don't support this, but it is true. The United States uses USAID to be able to take resources and to be able to have military presence in places around the world. So basically what the United States will say is, all right, we're going to help you with this problem, and it's typically a problem we've created. We're going to help you with this problem, but we're going to need something in return. And that something in return is 9 times out of 10 something that is actually still harming that community. $55 million in condoms. I don't even think that's an accurate number, by the way. But nonetheless, they are in Mozambique because they are in there either using a resource of Mozambique for American corporate elevation, or they are in Mozambique for American military positioning. That's why it affects you. So when you see that, I don't think that there's a problem with, I don't find there to be a problem with investigating misspending. The truth, though, is that they're not investigating the way that taxpayers are being unfairly taxed. They're not investigating the fact that the same person. Okay, so let me give you this scenario. When you have mold in your house, right? When you have mold in your house, you don't have the same person testing for mold that you have coming to remove and remediate the mold, because it is a conflict of interest. You simply can't do that. It's not practical. It doesn't make sense. And it's for what it's worth. It's just unethical. So there is a conflict of interest when the same person being put in position to find inadequacies in spending is the same person who is receiving government contracts. That doesn't make any sense. I do not support liberals and I do not support conservatives. The bipartisan government that we have in place does not support people. It does not support its constituencies. And what I encourage all of you to do is to work your way out of those binaries, because you're already at a loss if you're stuck in that binary. And I know some of you are frustrated with me. You're annoyed with me because I sound like I'm talking down to you. And that's because I have an authoritarian voice like a teacher. That's how I talk. I talk like a teacher. And that offends you because you didn't come on here to go to school. But if you show up next time with that mindset, I bet you'll receive what I'm saying differently. I'm not on here to entertain you. I'm on here to edutain you. That's why I'm here. So if you want to actually expand your mind, then this is the place to be. You can also get yourself a Smart, Funny, and Black bonnet. You can also get yourself a Smart, Funny, and Black pin. Every month, I drop a new item that I have designed from my store, Amanda Land Exports. And in honor of Black History Month, we dropped the Smart, Funny, and Black pin and the Smart, Funny, and Black bonnet. We've also got the Smart, Funny, and Black sticker sheets. Okay? And the pin comes on a bookmark that I sign. So when you buy the pin, you get the signed bookmark as well as the pin that I have designed. And if you buy the bundle, you get the pin, the signed bookmark, the bonnet, and the sticker sheet. You also get the fulfilling feeling of supporting someone who is an independent, artistic intellectual who consistently shows up to share the knowledge that they have learned. So here we have someone named David Kuhn calling me a Marxist plantation Democrat. And I want you all to know that I am unfazed by these types of, labels or disrespectful statements. I'm unfazed by them because my whole point of being here on this earth is to expand humanity. And it means that you guys are going to, of course, you're going to fight that. Someone in here said I'm a grifter. Please tell me how I'm grifting. I'm making the things that I'm selling. How is that a grift? Anywho, would you happen to know where your materials are sourced for which ones? These? Good old China. Good old China. You literally have your store in every corner of the screen. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with my store being present while I educate? I'll wait for you to explain to me what's wrong with that. Do you know what a grift is? A grift is a lie. A grift is a con. Okay? That's what a grift is, a con. A grift is Donald Trump selling Bibles when he's not a Christian. That's a con, right? A grift is snake oil juice. That's a con. So I'm not sure what you consider a grift here. You cannot bully me. I am 43 years old. And at this point, I have been bullied my whole life and it doesn't really faze me. Okay. So, back to what I said. I'm not sure what's wrong with having products from China and jobs in civil services not being canceled for no reason. You all make statements that don't make any sense. You all make statements that don't make any sense. The people whose jobs were let go for no reason in civil services were not making my bonnets. I don't know how that aligns for you. I don't know what that means for you. We live in a capitalist nation. However, I am not a capitalist. I'm a merchant. I'm a merchant. These are my goods that I design, that I make, and I work with other people who are merchants in order to make them. This is what economy is. Okay, so someone said, do you understand what creating jobs for American citizens in the United States is? Which means if the jobs have left the United States, then Americans don't have jobs. That's not what that means. There are plenty of jobs in the United States. We live on a planet. So I'm not sure some of you all really understand, but we live on a planet. Here on this planet, we have different locations that are also different, that are also skilled at different things, right? So for instance, there are cultural spaces where they're like, this is my skill. I'm not sure what you all don't understand about the fact that like there are places around the world that make different things. And in America, they actually do not have the same amount of places that make things. It's also incredibly difficult to get things made in the United States. Yes, because it's very difficult to get them made ethically. Yes. And when someone here says it's not my job in the United States to see that other countries have employment because in the United States we have inflation and we need money in order to not be homeless and live someplace. I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The people that are telling you that are the people that are causing inflation. The people that are causing you to think that it is someone else's fault and not theirs are the ones that are harming you. That's the role of legislators. Legislators make laws that affect every aspect of your life. So if you think that your life has problems because of trans people, because of homeless people, because of immigrants, because of anybody else, I need you to really understand that that is the grift. That is the lie. Your fellow people aren't the problem, baby. The lie is them getting you to think that so that you are not holding those people accountable. How dare you think that a person flying on a private jet telling you that you're homeless because of immigrants makes sense? Excuse me? I just want people to really understand. I don't think there really is such a thing as a free market economy. You can't have a free market economy when you have the ability to create monopolies. And we don't have true challenges to monopolies, especially not now. A free market economy would allow people to actually exist as small businesses within their own ceiling. But because we don't have an actual free market economy, they always get pushed out. They get pushed out by corporations that want to own up everything and eat up everything. And Tish, that person does not have some points. No one said it was anyone's job in America to make sure other countries have jobs. But the truth of the matter is that if there was an actual real concept around exchange, then we would understand how to work together as a nation as well as a globe. Yes. And there would be better conceptualization around equality. You also, this American exceptionalism, this obsession with America is scary to me because it doesn't help you. It's not valuable to you. This idea of closing your borders, baby, America's borders were never closed. America brought in slaves. America brought in stolen people to build it. And you want to talk to me about America being pure and America having its borders closed? The fact of the matter is we have racism very deeply ingrained in this nation. And I think some of you all don't realize that when you are supporting these people, you think you're supporting some type of like economy or whatever, but you are ultimately supporting just good old fashioned racism. And in Germany, JD Vance just went to Germany and met with the head of their alt-right group, the AfD. And the AfD is really working to create the same type of things that they're trying to do here, which is to limit immigration and to expel immigrants from the country. Now, this is 100% the beginning of how the Third Reich began. And this is really being challenged by the Germans. There was over 1.5 million people in Berlin recently saying, we do not support this. By the way, JD Vance didn't even meet with the German chancellor. So there is a movement right now that is global because Modi in India is also a dictator in everything but name. Okay? Yeah, I'll block them right now. Are you wearing an advertisement on your cap? Yes. I think some of you believe that when these leaders are talking about homogeneity, when they're talking about like, we need to have all white people or we need to have purity in America, I think for you, it feels like they're centering you. Like they're making you the most important people that deserve all of the Israel is a settler colony. That's what my sweater says. I think you believe that that's them prioritizing you, and it's not. They're using you. Why do we never discuss the largest immigrant class being European Americans in this country? You right. You are absolutely right. Thank you, Jay Jackson. Happy Valentine's Day. So I'm on here and I'm giving you knowledge. Please support my store, Amanda Land Exports. We got these bonnets And what I'm doing right now is I am packaging. So I am in the process. These packages that I got were too small for the daggone. I'm going on Don Lemon next week. I'm going on Don Lemon on Thursday. These packages that I got were too small, so I gotta cut them in half. I gotta cut them in half. Nothing goes to waste, baby. Nothing goes to waste. Nothing goes to waste. Listen, we need to stop this whole full black leadership. That's not where we're at anymore. It is not about somebody being black. Blackness is no longer synonymous. Oh, thank you to the person who just ordered a pin. Yay! Blackness in America is not synonymous with morality or ethics. Them days is gone. So this idea of like, we just need all black people. Who? All black people like Clarence Thomas? All black people like Top Cop Kamala Harris? All black people like Mark Robinson, who was a lieutenant governor of North Carolina? All black people, like what are we talking about? All black people like Herschel Walker? All black people like Byron Donaldson? All black people like Eric Adams? All black, like what are we, all black people like Tim Scott? No. We need people with value systems that are rooted in governance that is genuinely about preservation of humanity. And I believe that that is going to come from us making it our effort to really go to the books and study the indigenous practices. Thank you to the person who just ordered a pin. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You know what's so funny? I literally forgot that I was on Q-Tip's album. Like, I've done so many things that I forget. I was driving the other day and the song that I'm on Q-Tip's album, The Renaissance, came up on my iPod. And I was like, on my phone. And I was like, oh, wow, I was on a Q-Tip album. Getting down is something to do between woman and man. 1 minute with a fire pot and then together we stand. Amanda did music. Honey, I have like 5 albums I put out. No, I do not chat to Q, Reese, because Q flipped on me. And that's another story for another time. I love these people who are coming on here like, who are you? You better ask somebody. You better ask somebody. Don't ask me who am I. Go on DuckDuckGo and ask who is Amanda Seales. I'm sure you'll get plenty of insights. Antia! Shout out to the people out there in Spain. Someone said, but they asked you. I don't owe them a response. I'm not sure why you believe I do. You know, Reese, I do not have anything romantic planned over the weekend. What I'm going to be focused on this weekend is I really need to finish the final chapter of my book. And really, I have to start editing. That's what I really got to do. So I don't know if we're considering that romantic, but that's what I'm doing. And you know what else I have to do, Reese, this weekend? I need to put away my clothes. I need to quit playing around. Okay? So we have someone here named Desert Fox who said, unfortunately, racism isn't going anywhere. Fight a battle you can win. Higher minimum wage, universal health care, etc. These things would help the Black community. And whenever I hear people say things like that, I just say, you must be the descendant of the person on the plantation who said, nobody escapes alive. When you parrot defeatist mindsets like that, it's really just, it's really very telling. It's really very telling of where you are in your life. And I want you to challenge yourself to, Angela Rye was showing her Harriet Tubman pendant. Angela Rye ordered a Harriet Tubman pendant, not from me. If she did, somebody must have gave it to her as a gift. Oh, somebody ordered a bonnet and an Amanda Land bonus bundle. Yay! You hear it, Patricia, right? I'm coming back, Patricia. I'm coming back. Somebody just ordered a bonus bundle. So this month's Amanda Land Exports bonus bundle features the bonnet, features the Smart Funny in Black fams, the Rebel Fam, Woke Fam, Fly Fam, Culture Fam stickers sheet, and you get the signed Smart Funny in Black bookmark with the pin. Yes, all of that. Jocelyn Ortiz, can you join my live? What do you plan to talk about if you join my live? What am I gaining from you joining my live? Correct, Reese. Correct. Do all pins come with a bookmark? Yes, they do. They all come with a signed bookmark, and the bookmark has the Smart Funny in Black Master Black Spurt Oath of the illustrious League of Master Black Spurts. And the oath is, to my fellow Negroes from light to dark skin, I swear to always keep the melanin popping. I swear to always keep the ebony excellence popping. Whether woke, rebel, culture, or fly, I vow to keep the fam strong and my fist raised high. Coonery, I will not cut any slack. And I promise to always and forever keep it smart, funny, and black. I wrote that. You know, Telio, so the reason why I'm having fun with this is because I really was like, I don't want to sell tickets to shows anymore. I don't want to sell tickets to shows anymore. I hate it. It's just like, I don't like the feeling of it. It feels like I should be like giving this particular type of art away. And it was like, but I still have like art that I'm supposed to share. And I had lunch with these two witches, and they were both like, well, what does your grandmother do? And I was like, what kind of question is that? What you mean with my grandmother? Like, why? Not what kind of question is that, but like, what is the relevance? And I said, well, she had a store in town in Grenada called Odds and Ends. It is giving Chef Seals. Julienne, those cucumbers. And they said, oh, you're a merchant, sis. You a merchant. Like, you can't shake this. Now, it may not be selling tickets, but you're going to be selling something because it's in your line. And I was like, dang. But I received it, you know? Like, it was almost like it brought me peace. Thank you to the person who just ordered 2 items. Yay! You know what I'm saying? It just brought me peace. Like, oh. The bonnet is higher than yesterday because there's a bun under it. And I just didn't feel like taking down the bun. And so I said, you know what? Let me just go back to my beginnings. And when I was broke and trying to make it, I would be in my apartment in New York on MySpace trying to sell hand-painted bags. I used to paint toms for people. There's this one lady that is still mad because I had started doing this thing where if you had like a raggedy old bag, you could send it to me and I would paint it to rejuvenate it. But there was no like guidance given, right? Like you could basically just tell me the colors and I would do what I do. And she didn't like what I had done. And so I guess she thought that I needed to like fix it or redo it or do something else. But that wasn't the agreement. The agreement is you pay me to do what I do and send it back to you. That's the agreement. And she still be on here talking shit about Amanda Seales was rude. No, Amanda Seales was just not bending to your will. The agreement was very clear. You send me some shit that you don't use. I will paint it with my vision, send it back to you, and hopefully you will enjoy it. You may not. That's the risk you take. That's the risk you take. And I was like, why are we still talking about that? That's the risk you take. So these are the types of things I used to do during my early merchant days. I used to make coloring books when I was in gymnastics. I used to make coloring more than 10 years ago, baby, like 20 years ago. I used to make coloring books when I was in gymnastics and sell them at my gym. Or I already blocked that broad who brought Issa up because she's just trying to be messy and who needs time for that? It's Friday. It's Valentine's Day. Shout out to Issa though for canceling her show at the Kennedy Center. You know, because that's, you know, you got to do shit like that. You got to do stuff like that. You got to be like, nah, I'm willing to take the L to demonstrate that I'm not going for it. So kudos to Issa for that. What's it called? So there is something really like being a merchant is not even like easy because you're peddling your wares. But for some reason, once it was tied to my grandmother, it was like, okay, I can do it. So here we are. I am completely independent. And I don't in any way have support from major companies or organizations. And, oh, really? Shonda relinquished her seat too? Good to hear. I love it. You know, as somebody who has sold out the Kennedy Center several times, flex. It really is it really is disgusting to see this organization be completely overcome in this way. You know, it's pretty trash. I really am proud that I was able to successfully do so many shows at the Kennedy Center and bring so much y'all. There's a person here named Marcus Reynolds, and I want y'all to ask him. Ben Folds gave up his seat too. Shout out to Ben Folds. I love Ben Folds 5. She's a breaking, I'm falling for you. Off the coast and I'm heading slowly. That's what it is. She's a breaking, I'm falling slowly. That was a jam, right? That was a jam. Off the coast and I'm heading nowhere. She's a brick and I'm falling slowly. Shout out to the DMV in the house. DC is in the house. DC, I hope that y'all are organizing. Telio, it's not going to be over in 4 years. Stop telling yourself that lie. Stop telling yourself that lie. That's a completely silly way of thinking right now. And I need y'all to stop thinking silly. Please. Ugh. It scares me when you say stuff like that. It frightens me. Because it's like, stop lying to yourselves. Please. There's a strategy meeting on Sunday? Good. DC, you have even more at stake. They're trying to take your city from you, DC. They're trying to take your city. They're trying to make it so that you don't have a mayor. They're trying to make it so that you don't have a city council. Okay? They're trying to make it so that Congress controls DC. They're literally taking your city. So you can't play with that. Go to generalstrikeus.com and sign up to be a part of the strike. Please. Now I got that song in my head. Yeah, the trolls in here are nuts, but I knew that was going to be like that when because that's just how it is over here at YouTube, particularly when you start. You know, it's just like, it's trolls central. Someone said, these trolls is nasty work tonight. Ain't they though? Ain't they though? Hey Jedi, I love you, baby girl. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm heading nowhere. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly. As we pulled up, she said that she okay, hold on. Well, I can still use these last ones. That and the stickers. So just so you know, you also get small doses. You get a sticker for my podcast, small doses stickers. Like, I just feel like my product is really dope. You know what I mean? I just feel really proud of my product. Like, Terry! I told y'all niggas. Okay, glad to hear, Elijah, that there's DC organizing going on. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Do I ship internationally? Yes, but the rates are too high. So I'm really working on figuring out how to lower that. And it's like it's a science that I'm still working on. So I apologize. Yeah, I'm really proud of my product. So, oh my God, Reese, have I been seeing Severance? I just finished watching Severance. Ah, so good. The sweater, where can you get one? You can go to For Your Viewing Pleasure, FYVP.com. And this is a collab that they did with Janan Natari. Okay. We love Severance over here. So when you get an order from Amanda Seals, it's not just going to be the order. You're going to get an extra bonus sticker. You're going to get some flyers. You're always going to get something that's signed. I want it to be something that when you open it, it makes you feel, good is not the word. inspired. That's what I want you to feel when you open an Amanda Seales piece of work. I mean, Amanda Seales product. I look like the mushroom from Mario Kart. That works for me. I'll take it. Jason Rodriguez said, be my Valentine, Amanda. As we pulled up. Yeah, Severance, but let me tell you something. You can't watch Severance passively. Okay? Like, Severance is really that, it's like, you gotta be locked in. It's really high quality. High quality. Oh my God. What's with the trolls tonight? Like, these are like next level trolls. Thank you, Cassandra Belton. So does anybody have any questions? So you know what I wanted to also talk about? Okay. So I know that there are a lot of people who are realizing in real time that, you know, they're going to be losing out on like things that they were dependent on when it comes to Donald Trump being in office. And so there is absolutely this feeling of, okay, now that they have seen what really is happening, maybe they will, maybe they'll cross over. And I see people saying like, let's not do the whole like, FAFO, because, you know, we should have a spirit of kind of like, I guess, redemption, so to speak. But my thing is, can they be trusted? Oh my gosh, I already packaged some of these. Okay. Governor Kemp's FEMA money request for Hurricane Helene was denied by Trump. Child, are you for real? Y'all always acting like victims too. Like, get over it. Oh, let me just block this person. I don't even care what they're on about. By letting Elon's the Oval, we need to work tightly for now. They need to prove themselves. I agree. You know, because, listen, we don't need any infiltrators. There's a bug crawling by the air vent? No, there isn't. Where do I think Trump voters will be? Well, I think we can't homogenize Trump voters. You know, I think there are Trump voters that literally are just like, he was the white guy, so let me vote for him. Okay? So, then I think, Elijah, you are, moderator. So I think there's that, right? Like, you can't just homogenize Trump voters. There are all different types of Trump voters. There are Trump voters that are just like, he white, so I'm gonna vote for him. Then you have Trump voters that are like, I hate government and he keeps saying that government is whack, so let me just vote for him, right? And you know, the irony of that is that he is the government. So I don't understand that. I don't understand how the person running for president says that government is bad and you are reliant on the government. You're reliant on the government. I don't know how you think that's going to work out for you. When I see people say like, he's for the people, I'm like, yes, he is. He's for the 1% people. That is correct. Okay. So yes, Urielio, please correct them. So when it comes to Trump voters, you have also the Trump voters who are in the 1%, right? So you have the corporate people who are basically like, I got to vote for him because that's going to help me with my taxes and it's going to be good for my economy. And you have the corporate people who vote because they are like, well, I work in a sector that requires leniency in order for me to succeed. And that leniency, 9 times out of 10, adversely affects citizens. So the irony about all of this is that even though I just named a bunch of different types of Trump voters, none of those people are in alignment with each other. Like if I am living in rural Alabama and I vote for Donald Trump, and then I am adversely affected by the pig farms in rural Alabama and the fact that there is a precedent set by the federal government that trickles down to state and county and local government in terms of the regulations that are put on that pig farming. That shout out to the person who just ordered a bundle. Thank you. Then I am now voting against my best interests. So the corporate person, the person who owns that pig farm, that's the toxicity is getting into my water, it's getting into my air. That person is voting the same way as the person who is voting for the literal right to put that toxicity in your water and in your air. That doesn't make sense. If I'm being honest, though, the truth is that there's so many problems that it's really hard for people to keep up. I know. I was just about to say, Elijah, get on your job. Big doofus is just talking and running his mouth. Thank you, Jason Rodriguez, and thank you for my Valentine's Day wishes. Elijah, I'm going to remove you as moderator if you're not going to do the job. Okay, got him. Elijah said, damn, I'm on it. You want to come up here? Come on. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly off the coast and I'm heading nowhere. I've been really working on our relationship. Hi, Mama. She's purring. Oh my God, y'all. I've been really working on our relationship, like for real. She's making biscuits on my leg. It's working. So the way I've been working on our relationship is like every single time I see her, no matter where I'm walking in the house, I always stop and I pet her and I say, hello, Jedi. And hi, Mamacita. I love you. She just headbutted me. And I've been giving her more cuddles and just trying to just be, just a lot more attentive. And so she had started sleeping in the bed with me. And you know that my cat Lando, he has a tumor, and y'all, the tumor is so big in his mouth, but he just keeps on trucking. So I'm not, I'm still showing him, giving him his time and his space. And so she really just be with him. Now he don't like nobody, but she still just be next to him. Jordy is at the bottom of the stairs in his little bed. She's licking my hand. I love you, Jedi. I love you, my mamacita. Yes. All my animals are called the baby so-and-so. So this is the baby Jedi. I also have the baby Huri. Jedi's brother is the baby Mando. And then there's the eldest, the baby Lando. And then there is the baby Jordy. What are you doing, Mama? What are you thinking about? Oh my goodness. I love you so much. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Y'all, I'm so sorry. Her whole booty was all up in your face. I'm so sorry. Her whole booty hole was all up in your face. I'm so sorry. That was beautiful, right, guys? No, I have 4 cats and a dog. And no stress. It's so funny when people say, like, oh, so-and-so is a cat lady. And I'm like, they sound like a stress-free individual. That's what that sounds like. Yeah. That's what that sounds like. Thank you, Sage. I do have a whole squad in that thing. The sign on my cap is referring to my cap. Don't be sorry. I have a cat, and sometimes they do their own thing, but when they want cuddles, you got to give them to them. Listen, I had a call today, and Lando, who has the tumor, like he can do whatever he wants. He has a tumor, so he can do whatever he wants. And he had taken a nap on my legs, so I had to take the call with the computer like this because that's what we're doing. I'm not gonna move. Sandy Parker, I'm signing the closing documents tomorrow. Oh my God. I'm signing the closing documents tomorrow. Isabel, yes, hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. So y'all, oh my God. It's a big moment to be moving past that house in California too, because I also just came to realize that living in that house in California was, hello, my sweetness, was nonsense. It was like, why would I need this much space? I don't need to take up this much space. And, the more elevated my consciousness came to be, the more I just started to really feel like I don't belong in this. I don't belong here, like geographically, but I also don't belong like in this dwelling. Right. And I'm somebody who, like, I have a lot of different practices, like whether it's art, my visual art, or like this space. And then I did really enjoy my pool, Tantizi. But as much as I enjoyed my pool, do you know how much my water bill is in LA? My water bill in Los Angeles, when I'm not even living there, was $335. Do you know how much my water bill is where I moved to? You know how much my water bill was this month? Are you ready? $23. $23? That's like taxes on DoorDash. Someone said, how? No. Well, you got to think about it. It's just me, right? So I do my laundry once every 3 weeks. I prefer the East Coast. I run the dishwasher once a week. You know, I shower every day. There's nobody else. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not having to consume water. And for what it's worth, it's the winter. So I don't have to have the sprinklers going to keep the garden growing. That rhymed. I do still take my cold shower, Sandy Parker. I do still take my cold showers. But I fell off with my regimen, and I really need to get back on. Because they say, you know, cold showers are good for, like, anxiety and for getting your nervous system together, etc. Heat and water are the only things high. Yeah. I mean, my heat and my electricity are also bundled. So there's that. And, you know, I've just become someone who is a lot more conscious about my consumerism. You know, I still love clothes, but I challenged myself this year to only buy from BIPOC brands if I'm going to buy anything. And so often what I do is I just put the clothes in the cart, but I don't buy it. I don't buy it because I don't need that. I'm really, really committed to my Amazon strike. So I'm really just like, it's only one time that I have to break it, because I literally could not find this thing that I needed for health purposes anywhere else. So I had to do it. But I'm really committed to my Amazon strike. And I've removed paper towels from, like, the kitchen. I don't use paper towels anymore. So now I use cloth napkins, and I wash them in the dishwasher. And how am I getting essentials? I mean, so what do you consider essentials, Carla? I haven't found a pool I like yet, Harlem Minded, but I have some options that were provided to me. My neighbors were helping me out. I have to find somewhere else to get my dog food because I was on a schedule with Amazon. Chewy, I know, Crystal. Isn't that crazy? Striking Amazon, Target, and Coca-Cola. Well, I'm striking Amazon, Target, Starbucks, Zara. Amazon. I'm missing one. Yeah, I wash cloth napkins in the dishwasher. You have to remember, again, it's just me. So it's like I'm not using like multiple cloth napkins. It's not like I'm eating sloppy joes every day. But what I do is I hang it in the dishwasher and they get washed. Or I'll put it over, so like the dishes, I'll like put it over the top rack. Oh, I never shopped at Walmart anyway, so that's why I didn't even think about that. I haven't lived somewhere where there was like a Walmart that I would go to in like a long time. I hate Aldi's with an unfettered passion. like a really strong passion. I hate Aldi's. Yeah, I feel like you can wash them in the washing machine, but it's just like I didn't want like food from the washcloths going on to like the clothes. So I just said I'll just wash it where it's also washing food. I don't like Aldi because it just feels it's a terrible shopping experience. I just feel when I literally walked in there and walked out. I walked in one time and I walked out. I said I'll never need to come in here again. I don't never need to come in here again. I didn't like it, and I didn't want it. Oh, the customer service is trash? There you go. There's another reason. I literally went and I just walked in and walked out. Like I didn't even stop. I didn't slow my roll, nothing. They said Aldi's got palm banana bread. Okay, hold on. Someone asked me a real question. Let's see. Can you speak to how autism/neurodivergence is not understood, and how do you express that frustration, especially when dealing with people? Well, one thing I've gotten better at is letting people know like my things ahead of time, right? So that's what's really been great about understanding my neurodivergence and my autism, is that I'm able to communicate my needs and give people expectations. So when you aren't able to do that, it creates a framework of reactionary. Yes, the TJ Maxx of food. That's a great analogy. It creates a framework for being reactionary, right? Because you're just like, oh my God, why are they doing that? Like, because you don't even know why you're doing that. And so being able to like actually name, oh, these things make me work better. Oh my God. And these things make me feel more comfortable. They make everybody's life easier when we're working together. So now my business relations manager, she's able to relay to people like, this is how Amanda exists. Amanda's going to be direct. Amanda requires all the information. Amanda is very stern. Don't take that any other kind of way. It's not personal. It's literally how she exists. So it's like, take it or leave it. If you want to take that personal, that's on you. Okay, see the Aldi's near me is not set up well. The Aldi's near me was literally like, get me out of here. I actually like ShopRite. When I lived in LA, I loved me a Gelson's. Ooh, I loved me a Gelson's when I lived in Los Angeles. Honey. And I hate that Publix is so racist because it sets the bar. It really does. It sets the bar. All right, I got 4 more of these and I'm going to head on out. That is correct, Terry D. That's a fun fact. When you got your act together, you don't have to prep for an Amanda. That's why there's certain people that are like, they said you were difficult to work with, but this was really easy. Yes, because your act is together. Yeah, your act is together. That's why this was easy. But I've realized that like a lot of people really are sliding. They be skating. My essentials like soap, lotion, toothpaste. So I get my soap and my lotion from this company called Alafia, and I buy it at either World Market or at Whole Foods. And it's a company that is a fair trade company from Togo. And I actually went to Togo with them and saw the work that they do. And they employ women from all different tribes that come together to actually make the stuff. And they use that money to go back into the communities. They build schools. They provide bikes to the children. They create maternal clinics. There's just a lot of stuff that they do. So shout out to Alafia. So I literally went out to Togo in 2017 and went to their facilities and all that good stuff. And it was, it's shea butter based, but they actually pay the shea butter farmers a fair wage. It's not like, because a lot of the shea butter stuff that you get from other companies, it's like you're buying it from them, who's buying it from somebody, who's buying it from somebody, who's buying it from somebody. So by the time it's like, the farmer is getting like 2.2 cents. So they buy directly from the farmer versus like a wholesaler. So the farmer's getting like a huge, I won't say huge, but the farmer's getting like a much bigger profit than they would have gotten from going through, these other sellers. So I support them. And the thing is, the other thing about them too, is that their products last long. Like, you don't need as much lotion. You don't need as much soap because it's potent. So you don't have to buy it up so much. So that's where I get my soap and my lotion from. And there was something else. At this point, I only have to wash my hair like once every 3 weeks. Because my locks are still new. So I don't be like doing too much. Because I don't want to, I got massa in me. So I got to let these locks really mature. I got to let them really mature. If I play around too much, massa gonna pop out. And we can't have that. Okay, we can't let massa win. Thank you, Isabel. I feel you, because Lubriderm used to really be like doing what it needs to do, and now it's mad watery. They are not faux locks. They are locks. At the ends of them, the blonde parts are faux, but everything else is me. Everything else is me. See? All that brown, that's me, baby. It's coming out the root. You see, it's coming out the root. Okay? But that massa, some folks be like, why are light-skinned folks always the most radical? Because we fight massa from the inside out. Okay? That's why. We get a sunburn and we like, not all of us are this color because, two folks from different backgrounds fell in love. Like you look at Malcolm X. Malcolm X's mama is from where my mom is from, in Grenada. And Grenada did have like a white neighborhood in Grenada that was like super racist. And that neighborhood was next to like that neighborhood was part of the neighborhood where the village. So I'm from Morris, and there was a section of Morris that was like only for white people. And literally the man who was like running the show over there, they used to call him Satan. Yeah, Satan. So shout out to everybody who put a super up. Shout out to, I was putting away clothes before I went to, oh man, I'm gonna sleep on the couch. I'm gonna sleep on the couch. I'm not moving them clothes. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. I'm gonna sleep on the couch, y'all. I was in the middle of putting them clothes away and I did not finish. And I just realized this. I'm sleeping on the couch. Patricia, let me tell you about laundry and Amanda Seals. The problem is that, so y'all are like moving to one side. So the problem is that I have a Virgo rising. I think I have ADHD. I am autistic. Like, so I have this confluence of like messy, but then wanting things to be organized. So, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? So, Mikhail Watson, you're being generous. It's not 3 weeks of laundry. It's 3 months of laundry. I have not put away my laundry for 3 months. So in that time, I realized that I can't keep wearing these little ass underwear. So I just bought a whole bunch of new underwear, medium-sized underwear. So that also was what allowed me to not have to. But I also started a new show. A new show, Views from Amanda Land. So that took up time. You can watch that Monday through Wednesday. Okay. Then I'm over here packaging stuff up. So that took up time. Then I got the Patreon. So you can subscribe to my Patreon. So it's like, exactly, Davion. I've been working. So I just be like, putting on the clothes and I gotta move. I gotta move. And I don't have money like I used to. So I can't just like pay somebody to come and do the work. That is exactly why Jedi has that bell. She has that bell so that I know where she be at. Yeah, so I don't have the free time to, and remember I moved. So like I'm still, and some of y'all are like, fold that laundry. But I also have so many clothes, which is why I'm not buying clothes anymore. So yes, Harlem Minded, I'm off next week and I'm going to focus on writing and putting my clothes away. Yeah. The product that I use to wash my clothes, I think it's called seventh generation, I think. Yeah, I have months of clothes so that I don't have to do the laundry. Oh. Anyways, so that's where we're at. Thad said I have to put on music, light a candle, and put the laundry away. I feel you. So now we have someone in here who's just an idiot. So you're gonna go. I got them for you. I was self-diagnosed with autism. And it saved my life. All the things. Saved my life, changed my life. It improved everybody's life who's around me. The last day to order SFB merch this month is Sunday. Is Sunday. Dropping the so you're not understanding. Washing the laundry is not the problem. It's putting it away. Washing the laundry is easy. I literally made them put I had them put the laundry in my closet. Okay? So washing, no problem. It's putting it away. Thank you, Soul Asisathem. Yeah. I don't have time to put laundry away. I just bought a basket for clean clothes, SM. I literally... Isn't autism diagnosed in childhood? Well, what happens if it's not diagnosed in childhood? Do you think it goes away? Because it doesn't. No, y'all are not understanding. It's not even like I hate putting it away. It's just I literally don't have time. And that's the thing. I just don't have time. And I'm working on getting time, but as I've gotten older, it takes me longer to do things. You know, when I was younger, I could just kind of knock things out a lot faster, but I'm older, so it takes me longer to do things. Also, I'm a lot more astute about what needs to be done. Oh, wow. Shout out to you in New Zealand. I'm a lot more astute about what needs to be done. So it means that I know that like, oh, I used to think I only needed to do this one thing. And it's like, nah, I need to do these 6 things, right? So once you learn more and you understand more about like marketing and things like that, like you begin to realize like, oh, I can't just do this one thing. I have to do these 6 things. So, you know, there's that. So someone's like, oh, you could do it now. I'm about to go do it now, but it's also 10:54. I'm about to go to sleep. What I was doing before when I was on here and simultaneously talking to you, I was working. So I don't need your advice. Just sharing. Everyone have a beautiful, blessed evening. And Weenie Butt, just get out of my face. Have a beautiful, blessed evening. I will never have an assistant again. I have no desire to have an assistant again. You think that you're getting an assistant to manage your things that you need done. And what you end up doing is managing that assistant's anxiety, that assistant's trauma, that assistant's moods, that assistant's everything. And I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that on my time no more. Shout out to all the DC people that are organizing. I'm sending you solidarity, love, and resistance. To everybody else who's on here, and I want to leave you with this. We live in a nation that trains us that Brandon Brown, that is always the case. I have had assistants for many, many, many years. I don't need you to come and tell me what I need. I've done it. Again, I don't have long-term depression, 605, but thank you. Why do y'all feel like you need to diagnose me? Why do you think you know me more than I know me? I've never understood this concept. I would never in a million years consider that I can diagnose somebody on the internet better than them. Like, this person is literally on here like, I think you may have depression instead of autism. I know what depression is, and I know what autism is. And I know the difference between the two. Like, I don't... Please. Just, please. Anyways, like I was saying. No, 605, you don't have more clinical experience and education about me, Amanda Seals. You haven't sat with a psychiatrist longer than me, Amanda Seales. You haven't sat with a therapist longer than me, Amanda Seales. You don't know me, Amanda Seales. So your clinical experience and education is incredibly limited. Also, I am a Black woman. I have a very specific experience in this world that is actually not actually represented within clinical experience and education in psychiatry. So please spare me your own self-aggrandization and keep it to yourself. Because this is the problem with this internet. This internet loves to make everybody feel like they are informed and they have a right to have an opinion, etc., etc. No, you don't. Keep that shit to yourself. Okay? Keep it to yourself. Also, like, I'm an actual genius. I'm an actual genius. There's some things that I'm not, but I actually am brilliant. So don't insult my intelligence about literally myself. Okay. As I was saying, what's happening on Monday, Mo? Tell me so I can spread the word. Tell me so I can spread the word. I won't get off until I see you tell me so I can spread the word. But so we live in a nation that really basically trains us to kind of say these lines that we think are making us not have to that kind of like take the obligation off of us, right? So like when we work somewhere, we'll say things like, oh, it's just policy, or it's just policy, or it's just protocol, or they're just doing their job, or I'm just doing my job. And the fact is, all of those like lines that we've been taught are really indoctrination and conditioning to teach us not to think for ourselves. You know, that's what that is. It's to teach us not to think for ourselves. So many times, how many times have you been working somewhere, or you've been somewhere as a patron, and you know that what's taking place makes no sense, and it's like absolutely unfair, and the person just says, well, it's just policy, I can't do anything about it. Or the person says, oh, well, you know, it's just protocol, I can't do anything about it. Or the person says, I'm just doing my job. That's just not practical. That to me is when you're like, oh my gosh, like, so you're just okay with this? And sometimes you just want the person to be a human and say, like, I understand this is unfair. But they genuinely are not even allowed to say that without it being them misrepresenting the company, or them basically like betraying the company, etc. And so we have been taught that is our get out of accountability free card, our get out of integrity free card. We have been taught that it is fine to carry forth practices of grifting, practices of disingenuousness, practices of harm, as long as we're getting paid to do it. We've been taught that. As long as we're getting a check, then it's okay that we did this thing, because we're just doing our job. But that is 1000% a false representation of how we as humans should be existing. When people will come to a show, they'll like act up. If you're like, I'll be doing stand up and somebody will be acting up, right? And you'll be like, why are you doing that? And they're like, I paid to be here. So you literally in your mind decided that because you paid money, you have a right to act up. That is an American, and I would even venture to say European mindset and cultural rhetoric. So my last words to you today is, and you know what? Won't settle for you, just said it. Amanda, that's the American way. My last words for you today is this. The only way that America is going to save itself is if it literally unlearns what it's been built on. You're going to have to decide to change and shift American culture. You're going to have to decide to unlearn what you have been taught. It is American, Tish. You're just a contrarian, Tish. I don't even understand. You just say things just to be contrary. You don't even have reasons for saying them. You literally just say them to be contrarian. At last I checked, America was made by Europeans. Hello? Hello? So, I want to encourage all of you all tonight to sit and ask yourself, what are things that you've kind of just like accepted that you didn't even realize that you accepted? Right? Like, what are things that you kind of took on that you didn't even realize that you took on? Because I believe that the reason why we have so many Americans right now who think simply just marching or calling your representatives is going to be enough is because you have been taught that your only method of fighting is by moving through channels that were literally created to slow down progress. Yes. That's what is happening. These channels, like taxes, let me not keep going because I'll keep going. But these channels are created to slow down progress. You have Democrats who constantly tell you change takes time. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Adjustment takes time. Change can happen today. Adjustment takes time. And in order for folks to adjust, the change has to be implemented. And then there has to be resources provided for adjustment. Okay? So when you are told that, know they're lying to you and know that they have been lied to. And for the most part, a lot of these Democrats, baby, they just repeating what they've been told and indoctrinated to as well. So I hope that they too, the ones who actually have it within them still, will begin to understand that the only thing that's going to change America is changing America. We are each other's business. When we look out for each other, we lift each other up. Support Amanda Land Exports. Get you your pin. Get you your bonnet. And support my art. Bye. How do I end this?